Hey guys, it's me, Sammy here, and in the second video of the Bathrobe Diaries, and don't worry, I have the bathrobe right here. It's just that I'm in Arizona, so it's a little hot. So for this video, my plan is to talk a little bit about how I am going to the best of my ability, pandemic-proof my business and career. That's something that's been like I feel like for all of us, we have so many things going on. And that's been something that's been on a back burner, but I've been really thinking about considering that, part of my income does come from speaking engagements. I had events and things that I was really going to do this summer that I don't think will happen because naturally we need to socially distance, blah, blah, blah. But it's let me know that ways of working in my career have to change a little bit. So in this video, I'm going to just kind of stream of conscious, tell you a little bit about what I'm doing. Please feel free to chime in the comments about things that you're thinking about doing. This is just like a brainstorming session. I know for a lot of people, they're still in uh, shock in a lot of ways. But a lot of people have been laid off. Like for me, because I already was working online, I can be in self-isolation, and it's fine for my career in a lot of ways. There's a lot of people out there who they have been laid off. They're in travel, hospitality, they are in customer service, in a non-essential industry. I even put on here the bartender support fund since, of course, bartenders are out of work. So a lot of what I'm going to talk about is just for you to like really think, okay, maybe that's an idea, maybe that's something, just to get the juices flowing because I know a lot of people are still kind of feeling like a zombie about this whole plot twist to the year 2020. But yeah, so that's what this is about. It's something that I think we all need to kind of plan for. I'm not like a Debbie Downer or trying to like gloom and doom you, but it's something to think about. Now, the topics that I'm going to talk about are multiple revenue streams, passive income, and switching to more stable contracts. Now, before I get into that, I want to just let you guys check out the organizations that I want to highlight. There's the Bartender Support Fund, there is NoKidHungry.org, Doctors Without Borders, and the Freelancers Union. So those are all worthy causes that you can support. Think about, checking some of those out and donating if you're able. Hey Beck, hey Rosanna, I see people who are popping in. Thanks so much for joining me. So the big thing that I am focusing on with pandemic proofing my career, my business, is really the concept of the multiple income streams. Because as I said before, like my summer speaking engagements and the income that comes from that, that's not happening. So that's the thing. A lot of people are discovering that having that one gig, having that one job, having that one business, whatever that is, that that can just be completely upended with such an external force that's so far beyond your control. Like, what are you going to do? So that's why it's so important to have these multiple income streams. So for me, I've set up in my business so far that I have a contract, a retainer, essentially a long-term retainer with a tech boot camp based in Germany. I also have freelance career coaching clients. And oh, hey, Pascal. Freelance career coaching clients. I have some passive courses that I sell, and I also do fiction publishing. Um, Another thing that I've been thinking about because before the pandemic, I was actually like switching things around in my career to make publishing, fiction, writing fiction, content creation a little bit easier. So I actually took away some parts of my business. um, I was doing a lot more LinkedIn for entrepreneurs, and well, small entrepreneurs, and that took a lot of time to just maintain that. So I kind of crossed that out last year and then started kind of working with larger organizations. So I finished off a contract with the University of Arizona and they offered me a teaching contract for the summer. So that has been something where I've been able to luckily have, that kind of fall into my lap, a teaching contract with the university. At the same time, I would have lost a lot of my summer income just because I couldn't do speaking. The cool thing is that even if I didn't have that teaching contract, I had already built up enough multiple income streams that having one of them taken away did not completely topple me. Now, Pascal just put in the comments, yes, building affiliate marketing now. That's awesome. Like, that's one of those things for those of you who can or just have to stay home, whatever it is. This is a good time to start thinking about ways that you can either monetize something that you're already doing, build up a funnel, a marketing funnel for something, a business that you're already working on, or figure out some sort of side hustle. I know that that's something where I know that a lot of people are sick of the word side hustle, but it's going to become more important than ever just to have something that, hey, maybe that's not your full-time thing, but you can pick it up when need be. Now, if you do have questions about multiple revenue streams, put them in the comments. Keep in mind that you don't have to do all these things all the time. When I talked about how I essentially have about 4 or 5 revenue streams, it's taken me, 2, 3 years to build up to having those sort of primed, where I know that I'm going to reliably get X amount of money from my passive course sales. Or like with the publishing stuff, it took me a couple of months to get up to that where it was regularly bringing in a couple hundred a month. I mean, that's still something I'm growing because I'm new to fiction publishing, but it's still something that's there. Now, why I chose to do this, and why I've been building on this for a long time is because I've lived through layoffs. When I graduated high school, it was 2008. Yay, that's a great time to graduate. And then when I graduated with my master's degree, I was suddenly just laid off from my university job. So it kind of was baked into my mind that there's always that sort of insecurity when it comes with you depending on any one job. Now, what's a way, just like an easy way for people to think about how to set up a new income stream for themselves? One, I'm a big fan of brainstorming just a little bit. So write down things that you're already doing or you already have, and that, or you have some skills in. Just kind of brainstorm. I would kind of do a gut check, like check in with your body every time you list something, because if something just kind of feels like such a drain, maybe put a mark next to it, because you generally, for any side hustle, if it's something that you absolutely dread, you're not going to really want to do it. I know that a lot of people have looked for ways to work from home or to make side hustle money. I think one of the common ways that people have suggested in the past are stuff like yard sales or that kind of thing. I feel like for a while, second-owned goods, that market's going to tank for a little bit. So this is probably not the best time if you wanted to open up an antique shop to do that. One thing to think about, though, is that for right now, with people being inside or, kind of being bored, if you're any sort of creative, this is a good time to start reaching an audience online. Like if you are a singer or if, you wanted to do, YouTube or something like that. I mean, the world's at home. The world's at home. So this is a great time to actually go out and, like, whether it's just in your backyard strumming the songs that you wrote, this is a great time to do that. Another thing to think about is that in this time, you can also look at other skills that you've had or some sort of past experience that you can rely on. There's going to be a lot of people who will be forced to kind of take their business online and they might need assistance. So if you're somebody who has done admin or secretarial work, this could be a good time to explore being a virtual assistant or something like that. Of course, right now, there are still people hiring. So if you are somebody who recently lost a job, you just need to get into something, keep in mind side hustles can take a while to grow depending on what it is. Um, you can still check out the industries that are still hiring because I know that it's been dramatic, the unemployment rates, but there's still companies that are looking to hire. I know Target is, and they're giving people like crazy sign-on pay right now, actually. So it's something to think about. When you are creating any sort of income stream, it can take a little bit. Like, for instance, publishing my books. Like, yes, now I've gotten to where it's making maybe like 1,000 a month, but that took me about 4 months of marketing and writing and promoting to like get to that level. So keep that in mind. So that's multiple revenue streams. It's certainly possible. Like people have done it like, and you don't even necessarily need to be solely online. You know, if you're selling your chickens' eggs, or if you're doing some sort of babysitting in your neighborhood for maybe like, you know, friends or family who have to still go out there. You know, there are ways to start up those side hustles. And you might even find if you already have a business that there are revenue streams that you are actually already ignoring. Pascal talked about a really good one, which is affiliate offers. So, do you have affiliate links on your website? Do you have, you know, blogs or articles where you're linking to things on Amazon? Might as well put an affiliate link on there. If you are somebody who has like, you know, a sales funnel set up, you can add those affiliate links to your sales funnel already. If you have, you know, some comprehensive products and stuff like that, this is a good time to maybe do a very targeted bundle. Like if you know right now that your client base, your audience base needs a specific thing, like let's say, you know, you worked with a bunch of folks on, I don't know, the doing life coaching or something like that, and now they're all kind of confused on how to communicate virtually with their family. You could do something, a workshop on how to, you know, use Zoom to keep up those healthy social connections for your clients. So there's a lot of opportunities right there to put in more revenue streams. This is also a good time for people who are business owners to go through your expenses and start cutting things. If you are rarely using a specific software, cut it. I would also say for those who are doing these quarantine free trials, put a reminder on your phone when you need to cancel that. That would be my suggestion there. Okay, looks like we got some more people who are joining. We got Bonnie, we got Raven. What's up? If you guys do have questions, I'm talking about multiple revenue streams, passive income, and you know, just the ways that I have been trying to pandemic proof my business and my career. So I talked a little bit about, you know, different revenue streams and my own revenue streams. That kind of gets to my last point, which is switching to more stable contracts. Part of why I'm prioritizing, and I even was a little bit before because I wanted to have more time and to not do quite as much marketing, which you have to do so much when you do have a bunch of different brands. And I had like 3 brands going, and I was like, oh, that's a lot. I was already kind of doing that, switching to bigger businesses, universities, and just those longer term contracts. So instead of just doing one-off projects for solopreneurs, I decided that, you know, might as well like do a big contract with a university or a company so I can just like, you know, get that bit of change over a longer period of time. Another thing to think about is payment plans are can be very helpful right now. Um, it depends on how you do your business, but it's something to consider if you have clients who are going through a struggle or something like that, or you want to ensure that you can kind of have funds coming in. Even through summer. I mean, summer is usually a hard season for a lot of professionals. Um, who are doing consulting or anything like that, just because, I mean, usually people are on vacation and the decision makers are there too. I guess we're all going to be at home, but it's usually traditionally a slow season anyway. it might be even slower for you. So you might as well do some payment plans just to keep that steady income in. And I talked a little bit about passive income. Now, since I feel like a lot of people who've been in the business long enough know that passive income is a bit of a misnomer. Yes, there is income that you don't have to actively produce all the time. You can make it, set it, but you never can quite forget it. You still need to advertise those offerings. Um, so I do have a number of those assets right now that I definitely can do more marketing for. I feel like for some of you guys who feel weird about marketing right now, I understand that. I mean, it's why all of my videos, even though I'm talking about my topic of expertise, I've been highlighting charities or resources for people, because I'm not so much in marketing mode, but I still want to be visible. I don't want to disappear. So I don't necessarily say that you need to go out there and sell, 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 and feel maybe kind of awkward or sleazy about it. However, like, still be a visible face. Like, it's comforting to people who, if you have an audience or like people who have followed you for a while and your adventures and your shenanigans, being able to see you still, even if they're not watching your stuff, is still pretty comforting. So I still want to be visible for people. I might not have like some offer that I'm actively throwing out there. I mean, Lord knows y'all know what I do. Y'all know that I do career coaching and resume writing, and I also write sexy vampire novels. So if you want any of those, you know who to go to. I mean, all I'm saying is get you a woman who can do both. Write you a resume, and a sexy supernatural thriller. Get you a lady who can do both. So yeah, so people know what I do, but I feel like right now it's better for me just to like be like, hello, here is some offerings, here's some ideas, here's just my face. If it brings you some form of joy, you can see it. Least be a distraction. So I feel like for some people who are like, oh, do I always have to do the marketing thing? You don't have to do a call to action. You can just be present. You can share whatever message that you have. You can just get out there with your personal brand. You can bring some light and some love and some joy to people right now. Because Lord knows we all need it since we're all living in a Stephen King book. So that's a little bit about what I'm planning to do. Like, just to summarize, for me, I'm just going through and strengthening the revenue streams that I have. I am prioritizing putting my offerings more towards stable industries right now. Doing the online teaching, education, I feel like that's really stable. So that's why I am, furthering my connections with two really great quality educational institutions, Career Foundry and the University of Arizona. Another thing that I'm doing is trying to add more passive income. I already have some because I have courses and I have books that I write and everything like that. But I think this is a good time just to maybe add some affiliate offers. I have like affiliate links from a bunch of people, friends that I trust with their products and stuff like that. And I'm telling people about my Amazon things that I like and books that I like. So I might as well put an affiliate link to those while I got them. So that's another thing that I'm trying to do. I'm just going to add little bits of, let's think of them as like a little money trap. Maybe money might fall in there. Because you never know. I mean, the markets are spooked right now. Nobody knows anything apparently. Except all we know is that all the really smart people are shitting bricks. That's great. So I'm just hedging my bets. And I think that's something that we can all do. I mean, the thing is that a lot of things are outside of our control, so we might as well go for the things that are in our control. And that is something like our skills. We can always build up our skills. We can develop our portfolios. If you think that you are in an industry that you don't need a portfolio, you're probably wrong. Ooh, I see that Celine and Carrie are here. What's up? So it doesn't matter if you are a CPA or if you're a lawyer or you are an artist or you're this or that. Everybody can use a portfolio, even if it's just like a simple page where you have like a case study about something that you did, some pictures. Like even if you're a house painter, have a website where there's just pictures of your work so somebody can go and see it and be like, oh, okay, that's a good house painter. So that's what you can do this time. Skill building, portfolio building. Another thing to do is just look around to see where you have money leaks in your business and your career, and also look around and see where you can set up little money collectors, just like rain collectors. You never know. There could be some places where it might not be like exactly money on the table, but if you can get like an extra $3 every month because somebody clicked some random affiliate link and bought some socks, I don't know, that's still $3 you didn't have. And honestly, I don't know about you, but I know for me as a business owner, there's certainly things that I have done in my business where I know that there's like a leak in a funnel or something. Now's the time to do that. And for me, because I've always, in the last 3 years when I started this digital nomad journey, and now I'm a digital homebody. But still, when I started it, it was definitely setting up a career where I was a hybrid professional, where I could work with companies in like an employee or semi-employee fashion, and then have my own business, my own hustles. So whatever happened with the company or with my clients, I would be secure. So that's something that I'm doing. Another thing that I don't really talk about as much, and I'm not sure how possible it might be for you, but it's something that I really felt like was important when I started my, uh, I guess I was kind of always prepping for shit to hit the fan, I guess, because of experiencing so many layoffs and budget cuts early in my career. Um, I also make sure that I get paid in multiple currencies. So I have one client that pays me in a euro. I have other clients that pay me in the dollar. Um, with Amazon, I have it set up to where my books are selling all over the world. So I'll have, those book sales in other currencies. I'd love to be paid in pound sterling. That's a good goal. I mean, the ultimate dream is to be paid Swiss francs, and live somewhere really affordable like Colombia or Thailand. But that was also a goal. So I'm not saying that you need to do that, but it's something to think about. I know that there was times when the dollar was kind of dipping a little bit, but it was real nice to be paid in euros, I tell you what. So that's just a random thing. When I bring up currency stuff, like I've had people be like, take the tinfoil hat off. But it's just something to think about. Let's see. Talked about multiple income streams, passive income, switching to more stable contracts. And of course, I just want to talk about the organizations that I'm highlighting. These are definitely, causes that I would like you to support if you are able to. There's the Bartender Support Fund. Keep in mind, bartenders were supporting you guys. They were there to make you drink, listen to your problems, and I guess back in the 90s, light your cigarette when they were allowed to do that. NoKidHungry.org, that is to make sure that the school children who relied on school lunches for the bulk of their nutrition, that they get some food support. I also have the Freelancers Union that is free to join. I do suggest that all the freelancers join some sort of collective like that. The Freelancers Union is already working with New York City and other locations to try to get some support for freelancers, because if you're not actually on a payroll, you're not going to get unemployment. Like, keep that in mind. So we need to get together, guys. So there's a Freelancers Union, and then finally I have Doctors Without Borders. Hopefully the coronavirus, COVID-19, or the dirty C as I like to call it, it has shown us that borders are meaningless. We are one people, and right now we're pretty much one pajama nation. And we need to act like it. So Doctors Without Borders, I know that it's tough for a lot of people. There's a lot of uncertainty. but if you can, consider supporting some of those causes. Now, I went over a lot of things of what I'm doing to pandemic proof my business. I'd be really interested in knowing what you guys are doing. Pascal is building affiliate marketing. That was pretty interesting. I know that there are some folks who are maybe switching into other industries. Remote learning is still hiring right now. So it'd be interesting to see what you guys are doing. But even if you guys don't have any ideas right now, hopefully some of what I said maybe spurred some ideas for you. Keep in mind that you can still, right now, I really think it's important for everybody who can to just do a bit of what, like an audit, like essentially an audit on your life, your activities, what you're doing. Like, I know that sounds so bougie, but like, try to think about this as like, I guess we're doing a reset. Mother Nature just flipped the script on us. I don't know if you thought this is how your year was going to go, but I didn't. So go back to basics, look at what you have, look at your skills, and think about, okay, where do I want to be? Now, this is for some folks who are wondering about educational opportunities. Now, I am very much a fan of learning and education, and I have education, blah, 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 myself. So I'm not one of those, like, people who are like, oh, they're elitists and they're ivory towers. But I would caution people to think it through before signing up to a school right now. Because whenever there's panic in the markets, let alone the panic of a pandemic, people retreat into school. They think, okay, I'll just go to college and I'll wait it out or something. If you are already planning to do a academic program, whether that was a master's degree, a training program, whatever, like please do so. Um, but if you're just kind of reacting to fear or uncertainty, you don't need to. You can actually start any sort of side hustle, like, I mean, pretty much any sort of side hustle, any sort of business. You can do entry level in a lot of different fields without going to school. A formal program, in fact, what I would suggest is taking advantage of the fact that there are so many educational companies, organizations that are just showing and sharing free resources right now. So if you've been thinking about going to school for, I don't know, some sort of topic, computer science or whatever, why don't you check out some computer science classes that are free right now? See how you like it. Start building up a portfolio, because that sort of experience in your portfolio, that is going to count for a lot. So those are my thoughts. Now, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, and Pascal kind of reminded us about the silver lining. Apparently all this staying indoors and avoiding the world is apparently really great for the environment. So, I mean, I did see the clear waters in the Venice canals. I can't imagine what might happen. I bet all the cities will probably smell a little bit better. There's not going to be any summer festivals where there's just a bunch of people peeing on things. There could be unknown benefits. I mean, it seems like now we've all learned how to wash our goddamn hands. I knew how to do that, but it seemed like some other people were slow to the trend. But that is neither here nor there. Now, let's see. I think I talked my way through all my topics. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I know that I only gave like so many concrete things for you guys to do, but I'm still kind of mulling over what this means for me, what this means for my business. I mean, I launched my third book yesterday, and while my pre-orders did really good, the market's a little scared. So we'll see how that book goes. Like I'm here with the rest of you guys. I know I'm a career coach, and I'm gonna bring you guys the best information, the best insights that I can. But right now, I was just doing this, me to you, keeping it real. telling you what I'm going for, but not really giving you any prescriptions for your own behavior. Because right now, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It has to mean something that I actually clean the garage. So at the end of the day, at the very least, I can say I clean the garage. So hopefully you guys, whether or not you're starting a business or whatever you're doing, maybe just tackle something in your house that you were like, well, I wasn't gonna really ever do this, but I guess it's time. So that is me. I managed to go out and take like a nice little hike in the desert. So that was pretty nice. If you guys can be 6 feet away from everybody, you know the best place to do that? In nature. I mean, I can still socialize with cactus. I mean, I can't hug them. I mean, I could never hug them, so our relationship really hasn't changed. So wave to a tree, go sing to a bird, do whatever you can. I'll be doing more of these bathrobe diaries on different topics, which is just gonna be me in my ultra groovy like home office pandemic headquarters, which I don't know why I'm doing this dance, but it's just to let you guys know what I'm going to be doing here, which is getting weird while we're all stuck inside. So that's my plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out the different charities and organizations, the Bartender Support Fund, No Kid Hungry, Doctors Without Borders, and the Freelancers Union. So let's have some solidarity, folks, and be well.